grab by Casey.
Well, that was a
tremendous focus.
Yeah, that was a tremendous play on both ends.
Joining us now, Texans tight end James Casey. James, today was kind of a strange game. I mean, your place in the playoffs was cemented. A lot of the starters came out. What did it feel like being out there where it didn't really make that big a difference if you won?
Yeah, it was a strange situation, being that we were in, we locked up the third seed, and our biggest concern was that we were going into our playoff game next week healthy and with some momentum going on. So it was, but at the same time, we're professionals, so we were going out there trying to win the game. We had some guys sitting out, but we were still playing hard, trying to win the game. And, tough loss, disappointing, but we feel, we're not going to let that hamper us. We're still really excited to go in the next week.
That's what I was going to ask you about. Even though it was a loss, does it get the bad taste of the last 2 weeks out of your mouth?
It does, because I think we played pretty well offensively, and TJ started off the game really well, and then Delhomme came in and played really well, and we got a really good feeling going in. We're not in panic mode at all, even though we've lost 3 games, because we already kind of locked up the third seed at that point. Now it's it's a clean slate. Everything's wiped clean. Everyone's 0-0 going into the playoffs, and it's a short tournament, and we're excited. We got a home game against the Bengals, so it's going to be a good time, and I'm sure Reliant's going to be pretty loud.
So what are you thinking when TJ goes down and Delhomme's got to come in?
Same thing we've had all year, just next man up. It's unfortunate that I could see on the first play that TJ was banged up pretty good, but he stayed in the whole drive and finished out the drive and he scored. But then Delhomme came in and he was right in the huddle, took command and was felt like he played pretty well and got better as the game went on. And once we go back and watch film, we'll really know how well he did. But I think he showed a lot of people that he's capable of doing the job if something happens to TJ and he's not able to go next week. So it was just next man up. We've had so many injuries this year, but it's almost like it's expected kind of now. We just keep going.
All right, so the Bengals are going to come in here very angry. You beat them on that last drive in Cincinnati. They're going to come in with a lot of incentive. Where do you guys stand?
Well, we're going to be angry as well. We've worked a long time here in Houston. We understand this, the situation that it's in, that Houston hasn't, the Texans haven't been in the playoffs before. This is our first chance, and we don't plan on stopping now. We've worked this hard to get to this point. We had our first goal was to get into the playoffs. We've achieved that. So now we're where we wanted to be when we started the season. We wanted to be division champs. We wanted to be in the playoffs, and we've got that done. And now we got our next goal. We got to start winning playoff games, and the whole goal is to get to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. So we don't plan on stopping now.
We were talking earlier, of all the playoff teams going in, you guys are probably the most under the radar team that nobody's looking at, nobody's paying much attention to. Is that good?
I think so. I think it is for us. We don't, we are under the radar. I don't think anybody, a lot of people are probably counting us out because we've lost, 3 games at the end of the season, and nobody's really expecting us to do much going into the playoffs. And, some of the teams around the league that are in the playoffs, they may be wanting to play us, and that's fine. They're going to get us, and we're going to play hard, and we're going to play, we're going to be a very excited football team. We think we're a very, very dangerous football team. We had a great defense, and, our offense is going to get it going, and then, special teams is going to make some key plays, and, we feel like we can beat anybody, and we're excited to go prove that.
Good luck this weekend, James.
Thank you.